Hello and welcome to this WWE 2K22 experiment video here today. Now I do experiment videos on the channel on Total Stream Wrestling 2020, another wrestling game if you haven't seen it before. There's some more serious ones such as with Batista one at WrestleMania 30 and what if Finn Balor never got injured after winning the Universal title at SummerSlam 2016. And there's also some more sillier ones like what if everyone involved in professional wrestling on the face of the planet was single and bisexual, a personal favourite. So go check them out if you haven't already. But for today, we're doing a first on WWE 2K22. We're in universe mode here today, as you'll tell by the title and the thumbnail. It is focusing on one guy in particular. I am trying to figure my way out around this. I haven't done universe mode much yet, but we'll go down and there he is. Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF. What if MJF joined the WWE? Finding out in WWE 2K22 here. Now, as you can see, technician wrestler, light heavyweight, crowd reaction, boo. Of course, personality trait disrespectful. Yeah, power ranking of 55. He's new. He's got to build himself up from the bottom here. And I put him in the United States title division, and he jumped up to 6, I assume, because he's got a rating of 85. So, yep, starting out in the US title division, if he'll win that, and then I'll bump him up to the World title division. I'll move him to SmackDown at some point. And we'll see how he gets on across both shows, across both brands, across all divisions. And look to answer the question, what if MJF did join the WWE? Now, edit shows, Raw. I'll work my way out around this, I promise. Edit divisions, and as you'll see, he's currently in this United States title division. He is in 6th below R-Truth, MVP Elias, Apollo Crews, and MJF Hardy. But MJF, very strong. I'm sure he will not have a problem climbing up those ranks very quickly. Pick up a US title or two, and then he'll jump over to the World Division. But starting off in the US Division, now without further ado, I'm going to simulate forward, first of all, to SummerSlam here. I don't know why there's a WrestleMania here, but I'm going to go to SummerSlam. Give him half a year, see how he gets on, and then we'll do to WrestleMania after that. And we'll simulate 2 or 3 or 4 years, probably. So without further ado, let's go forward to SummerSlam. Here at SummerSlam now, 3 or 4 months into MJF's WWE career. And is he on the SummerSlam card? He is not. Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss in the main event. We do love that for them. But MJF not on the card. Let's go see how he's doing then. My Universe Superstars. Let's jump down to the M's for Maxwell. There he is, 38th, so he's moved up in the power rankings quite a lot. Still 6th in the US title rankings though. MJF, yeah, active for 3 months, no titles. Still the same ranking in the US title division. 38th in the power ranking though, so moving up in that. Off the SummerSlam card, so, he doesn't have a flying start, but I mean, it is only 3 months in. So let's go ahead and give him the other 9. So without further ado, let's simulate forward till the end of April. This is where I put WrestleMania. It starts the 2nd week of April. I put it at the end just to make things easier. So let's simulate forward to WrestleMania at the end of April and see how MJF has got on in his first full year with the WWE. And here we are, April week 4, Sunday, WrestleMania day. And we'll just look at the card again. Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre. I mean, entirely possible for WrestleMania if Dwayne doesn't show up for next year. So, I mean, that's pretty accurate. King Nakamura, Mansoor, Deville, Carmella, Elias, Priest. So he's not fighting for the US title. Is he on the card at all? It's a big card, an extended card. But there's still no place for MJF. Alright, WrestleMania main event, a triple threat featuring Charlotte again. But this time with Naomi and Toni Storm. I'm pretty fine with that. My Universe Superstars. Where is Maxwell? Come on, Maxwell. Maxwell Jacob Friedman. He's moved up in the current rankings in the United States title division. I think he went down in the power rankings, though. And he's enemies with Apollo Crews, who looks especially demonic in that picture. MJF. He appeared in the Rumble. Didn't do much. Didn't get an elimination or anything. But 11 minutes in. Nothing to his name so far. MJF. I mean, he's got time. Let's just jump over to edit shows. I want to have a proper look at these US title rankings. MJF up to 4th. So, I mean, he's not doing terrible. Priest has held that title on and off for a year at the very least. There is a way to look up the history, which I'll figure out at some point. First video. God. MJF. I'm tempted to move him up, despite him not winning the US title. No US title. But what I'll do now... Yeah, here's what I'll do. This will be 4 years. So first year he's in the US division, he didn't win it. And I'll move him up to the world title division. And then we'll give him a year in that, see how he does. And then we'll move him to SmackDown, a year in the Intercontinental, and then a year in the Universal. So 4 years, a year each in each division. So let's just... It's WrestleMania season, but let's edit this division. And let's go grab Maxwell. There he is, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. And he's 6th in here. This is... Oh, sure. MJF gone from here and into the WWE Championship division. So, without further ado now, I'll just go through WrestleMania. And then I'll simulate forward, just straight up, I'll simulate forward a year to the next WrestleMania. Let's call it WrestleMania 40. And let's go and see how MJF does at WrestleMania XXXX. And how he's done a year in the WWE World Heavyweight Title division. Without further ado, let's go. And here we are now, April week 4, Sunday, year 2, WrestleMania 40. And let's just have a look. So he's not in the WWE title match. It's Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, absolute banger at WrestleMania. Apollo Crews, Priest for the US title. Priest still in the US title hunt. Oh my God, when is he not fighting for that damn title? Lots of women's matches on the card. Is MJF on the card? He is not. And now the women are main eventing again with another triple threat, this time Becky and Bianca in the main event of WrestleMania, what the fans want. And Maurice is in there as well, but I mean, we do love Maurice, so I'm okay with that. She can stay. MJF though, not on the WrestleMania card again. What's happening, Maxwell? What's up, mate? You're 3rd in the power rankings on Raw, and you're 8th in the WWE Championship division, and you've made an enemy in Brock Lesnar. Not the widest moves. Former WWE Champion MJF, though, he did win the WWE title at some point this year. He entered the Rumble again. WrestleMania appearances 1. When did you appear at WrestleMania? Oh, I think I know what this is, because there's a WrestleMania set up in bloody August for some reason. So ignore that. We've seen the WrestleManias. He's not on them. 2 Rumble appearances, still no eliminations. But he did win the WWE title when he held it for 28 days. So I'm going to try and use all my manpower to remember, maybe with a little help of Drew Gulak, how to have a look at that.
2 hours later.
Oh yeah, stats. Let's go to Seth Rollins, the stats. And God, so Brock starts with it. He lost it to Kevin Owens, lost it to Mysterio, lost it to Finn Balor, lost it to Seth, lost it to Brock. MJF defeating Brock Lesnar to win the WWE Championship before losing it to Seth freaking Rollins, who's held it for miscellaneous amount of days in his current reign. But MJF winning the WWE Championship, having a lot more success there than in the US title division somehow. But MJF is a former WWE Champion now, which is his first title in WWE as year 2 ends. But will he pick up many more? We're going to find out, because now he's going to be switching over to SmackDown in the Intercontinental Championship division. Edits. I'm pretty sure this is where you do it. Yep, assigned show is... Nope. Assigned show is SmackDown. There we go. MJF jumping over to Friday nights. Yep, I'll just save it everywhere. And MJF. Nope, we don't do it there. We do it in edit shows. This will be a lot smoother in the future after, I've actually done one of these already. Edit divisions. He should be in other. He's not. He's in the World Title Division. We're putting him in the Intercontinental Title Division to kick things off, though. So, edit division. Scroll down. Maxwell Jacob Friedman, who starts 8th in the Intercontinental Title Division, Will the former WWE champion MJF win the historic Intercontinental Championship? I don't know about you, but I'd like to find out. So, without further ado, I'm going to simulate forward now to the end of year 3. We'll go to WrestleMania 41, and we'll see how MJF gets on over on Friday nights. And here we are, April week 4, Sunday, end of year 3. WrestleMania 41, Sasha Banks appearing in the main event, it would seem. Go through the WrestleMania card. Damian Priest isn't in the US title match. Apollo Crews still is. I guess one of them's got to be there legally. MJF has made it to WrestleMania. MJF fighting for the Intercontinental title. I think that means he's the Intercontinental champion as well because he's on the right. I think. I'll check. In a rivalry with Drew Gulak and fighting for the title at WrestleMania, Gulak and MJF would actually probably have a very good feud. The submission specialist, you know, proper technical wrestler Gulak, disrespectful MJF, probably be a banger. Priest still fighting at Mania and bullying Dominic Mysterio, you love to see it. The Hurt Business go to war? What the hell? Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin fighting at Mania, MJF MVP in one corner, Cedric Alexander in the other. Oh god. Ricochet carrying Cross, Cesaro McIntyre for the Universal title, banger. Mysterio Finn, Sheamus versus the Bloodline, Big E Braun, Brock Lesnar Seth Rollins at Mania again, Paul Heyman's back with Brock, and another women's triple threat main eventing WrestleMania for the 3rd year in a row, Banks, Bayley and Naomi. You know what, yeah, Banks and Bayley have nothing but bangers, and adding Naomi, I mean, it will probably help it as well somehow, even be even better. Let's go have a look at Maxwell then. He's fighting for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania. So let's just go to him here. He is the Intercontinental Champion. 31 in SmackDown's Power Rankings. A new enemy in Drew Gulak, of course, who he's in a rivalry with. And the breaking news here is that MJF is a face. Wow. Somehow that's the most shocking part. MJF is now a face. The one-time Intercontinental Champion, he's held it for 35 days, making his first WrestleMania appearance, defending that Intercontinental title against Drew Gulak. The fans behind MJF against, I'll assume, that dirty, dirty heel, Drew Gulak. Yep. Drew Gulak hates Cena. That's how you know he's a heel. And he hates MJF as well. I'm sure it'll be an absolute banger in MJF's WrestleMania debut. Let's just go ahead and simulate all the matches, and we'll go through it. Becky Lynch defeating Lacey Evans, Apollo Crews winning the US title against Elias, Knox and Shotzi losing to the Iconics, and MJF does get his win in his WrestleMania debut and keeps the Intercontinental Championship. The loving babyface MJF coming out on top of that dastardly Drew Gulak, as you love to see, and retaining the Intercontinental title. I'm loathed to move divisions for him now that he's got that championship. So I think I'll give him another year. Yep. I'll simulate forward in a year now to WrestleMania 42, and then we'll come back and we'll see how he's getting on. And as long as he's not Intercontinental champ, then we'll move him up to the Universal Championship. Let's go. And here we are, April week 4, end of year 4. AJ Styles seemingly in the main event of WrestleMania, so not a women's triple threat this time around. Let's just go through the card. And MJF is not fighting for the Intercontinental, so he will be moving up for his final year into the Universal Championship division. Not on the card, of course, the United States title is Damian Priest, Apollo Crews again. Who else would it be? MJF not fighting WrestleMania. The main event, AJ versus Ray. A beautiful match. MJF, though, not in that Intercontinental match, and so he will be moving up. Let's just go have a look at how he got on in his 2 years in the Intercontinental title division. No new rivals. He held it for 147 days before losing it. He entered another Royal Rumble, still no eliminations. And yeah. So MJF, 4 years, 1 WrestleMania appearance, 1 WWE title reign, and 1 Intercontinental title reign. You know, 2 prestigious titles to his name. But will we add another? Because without further ado, let's go and just jump him up. Edit shows, Friday Night SmackDown, edit divisions. The Universal title division is very small as well, so there's not much competition for him to defeat. He's 9 in the Intercontinental title division, and he's first. Okay, I'm sorry, Maxwell. We can't have that. Let's just slot him in at the bottom. You gotta work your way up, mate. I'm sorry. MJF, save that. And just then double check that I've actually done it properly. And I have. So, without further ado, I'm going to simulate to the end of year 5, which may potentially be the final year, and we'll see how MJF gets on in the Universal Championship division. And here we are, April, week 4, the end of year 5, potentially the final year, seeing how, unless MJF is the current Universal Champion come the end of this Mania, this will be the final year. Rey Mysterio is seemingly in the main event again. In the Intercontinental is Nakamura Corbin, and he is not in the Universal title match. Murphy versus McIntyre, though, banger. Banger at Mania between these two, I'm sure. Slapjack versus Karrion Kross for the US title. It's not Priest or Cruz, so I highly approve of that. Tucker Priest, okay. Scrolling through, Naomi versus Sasha Banks. We love to see it. MJF seemingly not. Oh, the Hurt Business made up. Oh, that's nice. Bobby Lashley back with all his boys in his corner against Jeff. And Kevin Owens versus Ray. So, yep, MJF not on the WrestleMania card. So, one WrestleMania appearance in 5 years. A little bit surprising, but I guess not everyone can fit on to the 2-night spectacular now, can they? Where is he? Maxwell. There you are. Oh, no, there you are. Okay. Maxwell Jacob Friedman. I mean, he's number 1 in the power rankings, and he's gained a rival in Ricochet and in Roman Reigns, but he's not longer rivals with Brock Lesnar, which is something. Another Royal Rumble appearance, no elimination still, and no Universal Championship to his name. So, yeah, to conclude, asking the question, what if MJF joined the WWE, apparently, in 5 years total, 2 years on Raw and 3 years on SmackDown. He held the Intercontinental title for about 5 months, including holding it at WrestleMania, retaining against Gulak, and he held the WWE Championship for about a month as well in there. So, you know what? Of all the titles, he won the 2 most prestigious, you would say, in the Intercontinental and WWE Championship, which you love to see, really. Doing all right in his 5 years, could have done better, but you know how it is. But yeah, that's going to be it. Leave a comment with any superstars you would like to see have this kind of experiment done with, or any other 2K22 experiments you want to see done. I always love hearing your suggestions in the TW series, so I'd love to hear them for this one as well. And let me know any Universe Mode tips or anything I'm missing in Universe Mode that can help improve this series, because I am very new to it once again, so I'd love any tips you can give me, would be really appreciated. But that is it for today. I do hope you have enjoyed this WWE 2K22 experiment video. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more, and go check out my 2K22 Universe Mode series if you would like. I'd appreciate it. By the way, I do want to say, as usual, thank you for watching.